guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a vlog. If you've been following me on Instagram, you know that last June when I traveled to Lithuania for work, and if you haven't seen my Lithuania vlog, do check it out. I'll link it up here. So when I did travel to Lithuania in June, and something like I do in all my work travels is I try to get a transit in one of the destinations which I'd like to visit. So since Lithuania is in Europe, the options are like huge. I have a lot of places which I can visit, and the one that really worked out this time, and because my husband was also in Sweden for work, so what we decided to do was, while I was in Sweden, we took a quick weekend detour to Denmark, and specifically Copenhagen in Denmark. And that's how I planned this little 2 days in Denmark. So what I'm going to be showing you today is, if you're in Copenhagen for 2 days, what are the places that you should check out? If you do get a chance to visit the capital city of Copenhagen, these are the 8 spots that you should not miss. Let's go. One of the first stops while you're in Copenhagen has to be Nyhavn. Nyhavn is a 17th century waterfront canal and entertainment district in Copenhagen. It was notorious for its beer, sailors and prostitution, but right now it's a really beautiful touristy place to click some great pictures. It makes a great spot, and while you're here, one thing you need to check out is the canal cruise. The canal cruise runs for approximately an hour and makes a really beautiful picturesque ride, and going through these really low canals, and you'll be able to see the Opera House, Christiane Borg Palace, the impressive Black Diamond Library, and of course the Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid is the smallest attraction in Copenhagen. It's only 4 feet tall. The Little Mermaid statue, as well as the Disney's Little Mermaid, which is both based on Hans Christian Andersen's story, which he wrote back in 1836. The next place that we headed out was the Rosenborg Castle. The Rosenborg Castle is one of the most well-preserved Renaissance castles in the world. Some of the rooms in the castle are almost completely as they were when the castle was built in the early 1600s. So it's a beautiful place. I did not have enough time with this itinerary. Going into the castle was out of the question. So we just spent some time around this area. It's a really beautiful scenic place to be around. It even, like, there is a King's Garden outside of the castle, which is today a very popular public park. So you can spend some time here. It's a beautiful picturesque place to kind of just relax. And following this, the next place that we head out to was the Castellet. The Castellet is a citadel located in Copenhagen. A number of buildings are located within the grounds of the Castellet, like a citadel church, a windmill. However, mainly it serves as a public park and a historic site today. The next must-visit site in Copenhagen is Tivoli Gardens. It's an amusement park and a pleasure garden in Copenhagen. The park opened in 15th August 1843 and is the 3rd oldest operating amusement park in the world. There are a lot of amusement rides such as merry-go-rounds, a primitive scenic railway. Tivoli is always evolving without abandoning its original charm and traditions. The park is best known for its wooden roller coaster, or as some people would call it, the mountain coaster, which was built in 1914. It's a really beautiful, picturesque place to spend some time. If you're not into rides, it's still, I think, worth the visit just to get the feel of how an amusement park has a really old world, park sort of feel. It's a great place to spend some time, and it even has some great food and drink options. So definitely worth a visit. While I was there, I even witnessed some live shows where we had a band, mostly done by children. It was great to watch. Again, a great place to kind of lay back and just watch the show. There was some ballet which was happening. Really great crowd. Really nice evening and summer spent there. And then it was time to kind of fill our tummies, and this is outside of the Tivoli Gardens. And I think anywhere, if you're in Europe, you should try out the hot dog stands if you are, of course, non-vegetarian. And this is one that we tried there, and it was so yum. It was a Frankfurt, as they call it here, and it was so amazingly delicious. And after that quick bite, the next place that we went out to was the Stroget. Stroget is Copenhagen's main shopping street and one of Europe's longest pedestrian streets, with a wealth of shops from budget-friendly chains to some of the world's most expensive brands like Hermes, Prada, Max Mara, Gucci, Louis Vuitton and Mulberry. If your budget is a little tighter, you will find shops like H&M, Vero Moda, Zara closer to the City Hall Square. Stroget is of course more than just the shopping. If you look up and down the street sides during your shopping spree, you will see several of Copenhagen's beautiful sights and attractions, as well as some great street entertainers. With so much done, we thought we'd head back to our hostel just to get a quick nap and just recharge our batteries. And where we were staying was the Urban Camper. It's a great affordable social hostel experience in Nørrebro of Copenhagen. It's a great locality and really diverse neighborhood, and the place was super friendly, super buzzing, great if you are up to meeting fellow travelers. And the accommodation was really unique. It was like a camping experience indoors, so it's not open. It's basically just tents set up within the their premises, and it's completely warm, and it's not like an outdoor camping experience, but really neat, and I think really affordable. I think hostels make for a really economical and super fun way to travel. And this is us. The next morning, we're all fresh and ready to head out, and we have a list of places we want to cover today. And the first of it was the Superkillen. Superkillen is a public park in the Nørrebro district of Copenhagen. The park is designed to bring refugees and locals together, promoting tolerance and unity in one of Denmark's most ethnically diverse and socially challenged communities. Not only is it the park a meeting place for local residents, it is one of the most Instagrammable locations in Copenhagen. It's designed by the art group called Superflex in collaboration with a German landscape architecture firm. The park was officially opened in June 2012. The almost kilometer-long park's name refers to its shape, killen, meaning wedge. So it's a great place to hang out, great place to click some really nice pictures. And after that, we headed out. We want to pick up some snack, and then Nørrebro is famous for its kebabs, and that's exactly what we went for. We went for a Done lamb kebabs, and it was amazing. It was so tasty, delicious. It was huge, but at the same time, it didn't feel over the top. It felt really good. And the next place we headed out to was the Banana Park. Banana Park is a success story about a toxic old waste ground that has been transformed into an exciting, attractive green haven for locals and everybody else who wants to use the many amenities in this urban park. The name comes from a big yellow-shaped banana embankment that makes a great skate park. As you enter, you're greeted by a 14-meter high climbing frame, almost like a triumphal arch. Banana Park is both beautiful and exciting. Though we were not really prepared for a climb, it was great to just sit there and watch the climbers, and it's a great time to just spend a few minutes. And there's even a kids play area here. The next place and the most exciting place in my trip to Copenhagen has to be Christiania. So Christiania is a former military base that sat abandoned for many years before becoming the neighborhood we know today. In 1971, a group of hippies broke down the barricades and began squatting here. Nowadays, approximately 900 people live in the area, comprising a community that has its own rules and regulations, completely independent of the Danish government. During its relatively short history, Freetown Christiania has faced a certain amount of turmoil. This is mainly due to the cannabis trade taking place in its famous green light district called the Pusher Street. Pusher Street is famous for its open trade of cannabis, which is, however, illegal in Denmark. So, however relaxed Christiania might seem, possession and sale of cannabis are still illegal in Denmark. But it's a great place to visit just to see the feel the hippie vibe this place has. It has some amazing food. We tasted some really tasty food, and beautiful artwork, and some really great chilled out vibe this place has. This definitely has to be the highlight of my trip to Copenhagen. So, with that, we are back to our bus stations to take our buses back to Sweden. There are several buses, and the transportation, I must say, was pretty well connected. You get daily passes. We took the 24-hour or the 48-hour pass. We just covered our, all our travel for 2 days. All in all, Copenhagen is a really nice, busy, bustling city. The highlights are definitely the Tivoli Gardens and the Christiania Freetown. That's it, you guys. I hope I was able to give you a little essence of the capital city of Copenhagen. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'll see you again next week with a new video. Till then, take care. It's me, Divi, signing out. Expression good, huh?